Well, welcome to my Tuesday Facebook Live. And thank you for tuning in. I love to do these Tuesday and Thursday sessions to kind of update you on things going on around Lexington and give you a little COVID-19 update. Well, today is very exciting because I'm here at Space Tango. And this is a great local company that literally works out of this world. And so they are looking at ways to explore research and manufacturing in a microgravity environment. And I'm joined by Space Tango co-founder and CEO Twyman Clements. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yes, and you'll talk a little bit about what's behind us, but
Yep.
Twyman has been recognized by Fast Company as one of the 100 most creative people in business. And I don't know, is that any pressure on you?
I don't think so.
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah.
Well, tell us, including my
Yeah.
viewers, a little bit about Space Tango and the kind of work you do here.
Yeah, absolutely. So here at Space Tango, we build and enable companies and researchers to use microgravity for research and manufacturing. And as we were talking about earlier, gravity is one of the four fundamental forces of the universe. That's a lot of heavy words there, but when you remove one of those, it really creates this new environment. And what we have done is create the products and the platform for people to use that much more simply. So that's what we do here.
So tell me, what are we looking at back here?
Yeah, so what we have right here, we're in our headquarters here on Winchester Road, 611 Winchester Road. We're looking into our space operations center. So these are live videos from the space station. We have facilities and equipment that operate on the International Space Station. And so this is where we sit and talk to ground operators and the astronauts when we need their help installing, removing, or fixing some of issues that might come up while we're operating our stuff on the space station.
So you see, we're really out of this world, right? With the International Space Station back there. Tell us a little bit about the recent NASA research announcement relative to Space Tango.
Yeah, absolutely. We were lucky to win 3 NASA research announcements with partners like Lambda Vision, Cedars-Sinai, and the Sanford Consortium out of Southern California. And what each one of those, the theme across all of them is taking research to commercialization. Each one of those customers has a product that requires zero gravity to be made. And what that funding does is allows us to take it from what we would call R&D into what we call pilot manufacturing. And at its simplest form, that's taking a raw material, flying it to zero gravity or space, and then what comes back is much more valuable.
Okay, can you give our audience a little idea of, what kinds of things do you take to space?
Yeah, sure.
Not people, right?
Well, not people.
You're not into people.
We're not into people. We're not into vertebrates or anything, animals like that. That's a little too complex. Okay. And our focus is really on, again, those manufacturing applications. And so we have customers from the biomedical space, which is broadly defined, but is in organoid studies, stem cell, tissue chips, organ-on-chip work, as well as we do work in what's called layer deposition, where you're actually layering proteins or other molecules at a very precise thickness, which can be used in retinal implants, which is a group we work with, to photovoltaics, and as well as optical memory. So the number of use cases is actually quite broad, and that's really what a company like we're trying to do, is really develop those and obviously capitalize on them as we move forward.
And you have a number of engineers working for you.
We do. I'm an engineer, and so we do have a number, but we're a company that needs legal, business operations, marketing, a little bit of everything. You don't need to be an engineer to work at somewhere like here.
Right. I love that you're here in Lexington, Kentucky. And tell us a little bit about growth here.
Sure. So this idea started under the Kentucky Space Program when I was a undergraduate student at the University of Kentucky under Dr. Jim Lump. his electrical engineering. I'm a mechanical engineer, but he ran an electrical engineering laboratory. The idea started there, and it took a while to kind of find our place, but we've really had quite a bit of growth in the last 3 years. So this year, we started with 8 employees based here in Lexington. We're now up to 13. We have offices in Cape Canaveral, Washington, D.C., Houston, and La Jolla, California. And so counting interns, we're up to now 25 people.
That's
with
awesome.
everyone. That's correct, yeah.
That's wonderful. And I love that this is the headquarters.
Yep, this is it.
Right here in Lexington.
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, thank you so much, Twyman. This
Thank
is
you.
very impressive, to say the least.
Yeah, thank you.
And, I had to ask Twyman what the 4 major forces are.
Yeah, that's correct.
to kind of educate myself, but we really are so excited that you're here. Love to learn what you're doing.
Yeah.
And, of course, it's important to the future of everybody, all these, experiments and,
Yes, ma'am.
and learning about what happens
Yep.
when something goes up there to the space station. So
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you for being here.
Well, thank you.
And so
Thanks.
when you see the space station in the future, think of Space Tango. That's great. Thank you. We want to continue with a little bit of an update on our COVID-19 cases. And, we did expect some increase in cases as we developed more testing capacity and as the economy reopened. However, states like Texas, Arizona, Florida, they are reporting record highs in COVID-19, and so they are starting to close their economies back down, or they are pausing their reopening plans. So we really don't want that to happen here in Lexington, and so we're being very cautious. I wanted to give you some numbers that our health department reported. So today we've had over 1,500 cases, and we have had our 28th death in Fayette County. And so I cannot emphasize enough how you still need to be masked when you go out or inside if you're with other people. For instance, I was masked until the second I started this video, and we weren't within 6 feet of each other. So that social distancing is still important. And of course, washing your hands. Washing your hands is going to be something you do forever. It's just good health practice. So these things can all reduce our chances of catching COVID-19 or of spreading it in case we don't know that we have it. So I do believe we are on a good path to gradually reopen things as long as we follow guidelines. And our Parks and Rec team has announced several reopenings and some updates. So you already know that the Bluegrass 10,000 is a virtual race this year. And we've set it up so you can run the race on your time between July 1st and 7th. And then we are having our 4th of July fireworks this year. It's going to be a big launch from downtown. And we are inviting the public to come down, find a parking place, and either watch from your car or put your chairs right next to your car and stay social distanced. If you don't want to come downtown, you can view this on WKYT Live Facebook or streaming on their website. So testing for COVID-19 is really important, and we've started our mobile testing neighborhood program. Last week we tested in Cardinal Valley and plan to go back there and also to the East End. These are free tests. They're open to anyone. You can drive up or you can walk up, which is the beauty of this new mobile testing plan. So as a reminder, we still have 2 free drive-through locations in Lexington. One is at the Kroger Health site at BCTC campus on Newtown Pike, and then Walgreens is testing at 2296 Executive Drive. So you can find all the details for those sites on our website, www.lexingtonky.gov. And then I just wanted to say it's been a busy year, and we're in our, March, April, May, June. We've almost finished our 4th month of being in the time of COVID-19. And I want to thank all of you for doing what you need to do to keep not only yourself safe, but others safe. Our city's really done a great job with this. And so we're moving through this, and I just want to encourage you to keep up the good work in protecting yourself and those around you. Thanks a bunch and have a great day.